Arsenal Fan TV. Mo wanted to take this time and opportunity out to say a few words for a dear friend,
Look,
Jose Mourinho.
When someone passes, when someone departs, it's always nice to just say a few words. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a few solemn words of condolence to Chelsea fans, because it's such a shame. It really is. One of the nicest characters in the game, a guy that's got, class in abundance and just longevity, everything you want. A guy that has built so many empires. In all seriousness, I'm delighted to see the back of him, that narcissistic clown. I'm delighted to see the back of him in the Premier League. I'm afraid he'll come back.
He might turn up back there at Man United. Because...
Yeah, I think he will. I really think he will. And they're a match made in heaven, those two, anyway. But I'm delighted that Mourinho has been absolutely embarrassed in terms of what he said. There's many, many different ways of interpreting what failure actually is. But the one sure way of what failure is getting booted out. You saw what Chelsea's technical director said about Mourinho when he left. He said it was a tough decision to make, but for the good of the club, we had to sack him. How brutal is that? Do you think anyone would ever say about Arsene Wenger, for the good of the club? At worst, it would be a case of due to, a bad turn of results. For the good of the club. It was just absolutely brilliant. You've got players turning against him. Now you've got those fans turning against those players. You've got United fans singing Mourinho's name, booing their own manager. It's just brilliant. They're making an absolute mockery out of themselves. And I'm so delighted, because Mourinho, that disrespectful little clown, when he spoke about Arsene Wenger being a specialist on failure, Arsene Wenger's got too much class to do what I'm doing now and enjoying the moment. But seriously,
Arsene's having a cigar somewhere.
Definitely. Arsene Wenger will be sitting there with a big Cuban enjoying himself, because this is absolute, it's justice. This shows that karma exists, that there is a God. It's a Christmas present. Santa is real. Mourinho's been a bad boy and he's got his comeuppance. I'm absolutely delighted. So look, bye-bye Mourinho, you absolute clown. Who's a specialist in failure now? I don't think, honestly, and please in the comments tell me if I'm wrong, has there ever been a bigger failure from champions to what he's doing now? In the history of the Premiership, has there ever been a bigger turnaround? Just honestly, there hasn't been. There's never ever been a bigger failure. It was bittersweet for me, because as much as I wanted Mourinho's ego to take a beating and for him to get fired, I actually really wanted him to stay in charge at Chelsea, because he was that bad that he was literally bringing them down to relegation. You've got a player who's got the PFA Player of the Year award, pretending he's injured because he doesn't want to play for you. That's how bad it is. That's how absolutely terribly you've mismanaged your club. You've hung John Terry out to dry at one point in the season. You've hung Costa out to dry. You've hung Haaaaard out to dry at one point in the season. And not only that, then you've hung Ruben Loftus-Cheek out to dry, a youngster. I mean, what on earth are you doing? You're absolutely clueless. And we've got ridiculous Arsenal fans that are saying that they wanted Mourinho in charge. I'm really, really glad that now what has happened is that he's been exposed for who he truly is. I've said it many times before, the guy has got absolutely zero longevity. If Mourinho is not winning you trophies, you do not tolerate that crap that he puts out on the pitch. If it's Arsene Wenger, or if it's even, we've seen it with Pellegrini. There's been times when Pellegrini hasn't delivered what he should deliver, but because he conducts himself in a very classy way, he's a great ambassador for Man City, there's a bit of tolerance there. But when you're going to be as brash and as vulgar and as classless and as uncouth as Jose Mourinho, as soon as the results don't go your way, get out. Because you are an absolute embarrassment of a man. And it's just poetry for me. He's cut from a completely different cloth to Arsene Wenger. The point is, and this is, I'm going to end the interview on this point, and remember this, because you will never hear a bigger truth when talking about Jose Mourinho and Arsene Wenger. If Arsene Wenger had Mourinho's resources, he would be able to do what Mourinho does and more. If Jose Mourinho had Arsene Wenger's resources, don't make me laugh.